Hey everyone, Reflected here, and today I'd like to follow up on my Jacket Mania video because I recently got my M422a jacket from AVI Leather. It's the predecessor of the legendary G1. It's the World War II version. So let's have a look at it, shall we? So here we go. Here's the jacket. Beautiful M422a. First of all, let's have a look at the color. It's a beautiful dark chocolate brown color, absolutely accurate and period correct. And the goat skin, I want to say a few words about the goat skin. I owned AVI Leather's G1 jacket, one of the first editions, back in 2018, and what I remember about that jacket is that the goat skin was pretty thick and also very heavy. It was nice, but when you put it on, you could really feel the weight of the jacket. I wasn't sure if I was wearing the jacket or the jacket was wearing me, but AVI Leather has upgraded their goat skin since then, and now this one is so soft. I can't really show it on the video. Maybe like this. It's so supple and soft, but still it's got beautiful character. Look at those like pebbles. It's kind of pebbly. That's how you recognize goat skin. It's really great. It's lightweight, super easy to wear, just beautiful. Let's have a look at the inside. Oh yeah, the zipper. It's a Repro Talon zipper, and I think this is the weak point of the jacket. It's kind of difficult to operate. Yeah, come on. There you go. Here's the wing flap. So according to regulations, when you were wearing this jacket on the flight deck, basically anywhere, you had to have the zipper pulled up at least 3/4 of the way, so probably onto here. That's why the wing flap goes up here. Because it's the World War II version, you don't see the USN letters here. If you check out some more recent G1 jackets from the 60s, 70s, there will be little holes in the shape of a USN for United States Navy. Let's have a look at the inside. This is just beautiful. I mean, it feels so nice. Kind of silky rayon, and it's that typical salmon red color. I'm not sure if like how it will look on the video, but it's, yeah, I'm trying to describe it. I'm color deficient, but to me it looks like kind of pinkish or peachy red. Or yeah, maybe it looks like salmon, that's why they call it salmon red. Anyway, also really accurate and period correct. Just beautiful material. And I want to show you this as well. An inside pocket, quite useful. You don't see these on A2 jackets. Alright, now the knits, another important part. So if you look at over here, the cuffs, these are really nice, accurate color, tight, not too loose, not too long, and it's seamless. So if you have a look at some like cheap repros, you will see a seam going, like running anywhere through here, but no, it's like a tubular design. Beautiful. As for the waist knit, also nice and tight. That's really important. It should be tight. It's not just decoration. And it's, they call this the rib rack version. On later G1 jackets, this was kind of like similar. You didn't see this part and this part separately, but on old G1 jackets and M422s, this was like this, rib rack. Just beautiful. Moving on to the pockets. I really prefer the snap version of the A2 jackets. I don't like buttons because if you don't use them, it's still new. It's quite hard to open. And when you open it a few times, they can become loose. I mean, not this one. I mean, this hasn't become loose. It's just prone to do that. And it's interesting, on the left side pocket you have a pencil slot. So this is typically for a pencil here. This is the main part of the pocket, and supposedly, I'm not sure and I haven't measured it, but because of the pencil slot, the left pocket is supposed to be wider than the right one. But oh yeah, and it's correct, it is wider. My favorite part of this jacket, let's move on here, the collar. It's real mouton. It's so soft. I wish you could feel it. It's like a teddy bear. Beautiful dark russet color, and if you expose it to the sun and salt water, it will become honey blonde. It's such great quality. The best mouton collar I've ever handled. I have a friend who used to own an M422 jacket from Eastman Leather, like one of the top jacket repro makers, and he said this one is even better than that. That's just amazing. If you lift the collar, you see a little flap here. You can unbutton it, and if there's a lot of wind, you can just tighten it around your neck, keep the wind out. Let's turn the jacket around. On the back of the collar, we have the USN marking painting. Normally the jacket comes without this, but upon request for free they put it on there. I really like it, so I asked for it. And this, my friends, is the bi-swing back. So as you see, this is the shoulder seam. Wait a minute. This is a seam that connects the body to the sleeve, but there's a double thingy here. You can put your hand underneath. It's like an extra flap, and inside there's an elastic band running and keeping this together so that it doesn't look like this, like a bat wing. But as soon as you reach forward, this can extend like this, and then the elastic band just, see, pulls it back. Really nice. This makes G1 and M422 jackets so much more comfortable to wear than A2s, because A2s had one single piece back, and as soon as you reached forward, the back of course couldn't let you do that, and that's why the sleeve usually just rides up on your forearm. Well, this doesn't happen with this. Also, I really like the construction of the armpits. It also allows you a lot of free movement. Oh yeah, one more thing. The label. So if you buy a so-called top-end maker jacket, it's a really expensive one, they usually reproduce an accurate label as well. So this one was made based on the Gordon and Ferguson contract, M422a, but you don't see a Gordon and Ferguson label here. You see AVI Leather Denmark. Personally, I couldn't care less about the label because it's inside, nobody sees it, and it's certainly not worth the extra bucks for me, but for some people it is. It's personal preference. But nonetheless, the jacket was made based on that. Like, AVI Leather had a real Gordon and Ferguson M422a. They took it apart each piece, measured it, and accurately reproduced them. So it's exactly the way a Gordon and Ferguson jacket would have looked like when it was new, except for the label. But then again, it's up to you to decide, because at this price point it costs, I think, half of a top maker jacket. So would you pay double just to have an accurate label? You have to ask yourself that question. There's another label here on the pocket flap. AVI leather, Denmark. By the way, all top end makers have their own labels here, because, you know, so that they cannot be sold as originals, because those have original labels there. So there has to be something that tells that it's not an original. And a nice leather hanger tab. Talking about size, let's take a look at how it fits, okay? Okay, the fit is probably the most important part, and it's super difficult when you order a jacket from the internet. Like, you can't try it on. How do you know if it's gonna fit you? Actually, there are 3 ways to make sure your jacket fits you perfectly. Number 1 is check out the measurements on the AVI Leather website. They have the chest, the sleeves, the shoulder, and everything. And take the measurements of a jacket that you own, that you can try on at home. Take those measurements and compare it to the ones at AVI Leather's website. It's very important that you don't take the measurements of a t-shirt, like something that's so different. Try, I don't know, a denim jacket or a leather jacket for the best results. But if you still don't know, and you probably still don't know, there's a second option. Go surf the internet and look for people who already own this jacket. There are some great forums. I'm a member of the Vintage Leather Jacket forum, where people collect leather jackets and they show it to each other, or just Facebook. Look at Facebook leather jacket, flying jackets, suit up the fly jacket. There are so many groups, and look for people who have this jacket that you want, and they will tell you the size and tell you their own measurements, like how tall they are, what's their body weight, and you can go from there. That's an additional piece of information that you can use. For reference, this is a size 42 jacket. 6 foot tall, 184 centimeters, and I weigh 74 kilos, I think, 73, 74. So that's your reference, and this is how this jacket fits me. And there's a third option, and this is probably the best, and you only get it with AVI Leather. I've done it before. You can just order 2 jackets. If you're in between sizes, you're undecided, you order the 2 jackets, try them on, whichever fits you best, you keep that, and you send the other one back, because they have an amazing return policy. So you only lose the shipping fee when you send it back. So this way you can ensure that you got the best fit. So let's have a look at the actual fit. Let me just zip it up quickly. So according to regulations, the zipper had to be up like 3/4 of the way, probably up to here, the end of the wind flap, like this. But even if I zip it up, I was actually undecided between the 40 and the 42, because according to the measurements, the 40 looked kind of good. But I have a friend who owns this jacket, and he has the same body type, weight, height, and he went for the 42. And also, if you look at World War II photos of M422a jackets, they weren't supposed to be worn really slim fit. They were kind of loose, if you look at photos of the Flying Tigers, for example. So I went for the 42, and to my surprise, it's not loose at all. Actually, in the chest, it's kind of snug, but it works. I'm gonna show you why. As I told you before, if you have an A2 jacket, you reach forward, the sleeve is gonna ride up like this, because the back is one piece. Not so with a G1 or an M422. Look at this. I reach out and it still works. It's because of this, the vice swing back. Look at this. It unfolds and folds back. This is why this jacket is super comfortable. Like, it's a little bit more snug than an A2, but it gives you completely free movement. I just love it. Let's turn up the collar if it's cold, which it isn't right now. You can button the wind flap and it keeps the wind on deck out of your neck. But it even works. Zip down. It's kind of like a colder summer day or spring, autumn, just wearing over a t-shirt. Oh yeah, that's something else that you have to take in consideration. What are you gonna wear it with? With a t-shirt? Then it can be more snug. Or do you wanna wear it like on colder days and layer, wear a sweater underneath? Then you may need to go a little bit higher up in size. But actually, these jackets are not really supposed to be worn on colder days when you need a sweater underneath. This is really for spring and autumn, warmer days or colder summer days, or when you're at the beach and it's windy, to keep the wind out. It's a good windbreaker too. Oh, and the collar. This is just amazing. It's like snuggling up with my childhood teddy bear. It's so nice. It keeps you really warm. And if you wear it in the sun or by the sea, or both at the same time, it's gonna get much lighter, like a nice honey blonde. But I even love this color as well. There you go. Alright, thanks a lot for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and don't forget to subscribe. See ya!